to Knitter's Got a Knit podcast. This is stitch number 30.
I never know. I never know what it is.
I made some notes and I forgot to print them and bring them up here, so we're winging it today.
Well, I have a few.
She does. But Darlene always has the greatest stories, so I have nothing going on in my life, but Darlene has the greatest stories. So I'm Carrie on Ravelry. I'm a Knitfomaniac, and on Instagram, just Knitfomaniac.
And I'm Darlene, Awesome Granny on Ravelry, and Bags by Awesome Granny on Instagram. So
how have you been? I hope everybody's had a great Mother's Day. Did you have a great Mother's Day?
I did. It was nice.
I had
Shala and the kids came over. Shala, Tim, and the kids, and Casey was going to come, and I was like, I felt terrible. I've been sick.
Darlene has been sick.
3 weeks. I'm finally getting over it, but I was like, I really was fine to just like not do anything Mother's Day. I mean, it was wonderful to see Shala and the kids and Tim, but it was. I was just tired. I was tired.
I understand.
So I was glad. Casey, I hope you're not watching. I was kind of glad not everyone came over, just because then it would have been, even though it would have been a blast, it would have been exhausting.
Yeah,
so
it would have been exhausting.
But so, how was your Mother's Day?
It was good. Went to my mom's house. I mean, in the morning I did nothing. I just lazied around the house. I did have Antonio in the morning, and then Paige came to pick him up, and take him out for like a Mother's Day brunch type thing, like pancakes and stuff.
She's brave. Go out and eat on Mother's Day.
And then she met us also at my mom's house, and it was funny because Paige came over, and so a lot of you people don't know, but my father is Chinese. He's not 100% Chinese, but he was born in Shanghai, China. I know I look nothing Chinese, but but he makes the best Chinese food.
I wouldn't know that because she never brings me any.
I'm gonna have to bring her some. It's not always that great warmed up, but when you have it fresh. So anyway, Paige came over on Mother's Day, and she says, what are we having for dinner at Alma's? And you got to understand, when we go to dinner at my mom's house, it's always something amazing. My mom and dad can both cook. And so I said, I don't know what we're having, but, it's going to be amazing. And she says, can you tell Opa that, so my kids call my mom and dad Oma and Opa, but my grandkids, my kids, they call Oma and Opa and Baba. Baba is babushka for Russian. So you don't get confused with too many Omas, because my granddaughters call me Oma. Antonio calls me grandma. But anyway, so she says, can you tell Opa that I want Chinese food? I said, Paige, it's like almost mid-afternoon, and you want me to call Opa right now and tell him you want Chinese food for Mother's Day? She goes, no, it doesn't have to be for today. I said, no, it's not going to be for today, because my mom and dad probably planned this out already like 2 days ago as to what all we're going to have to eat. She says, but I really want some bao, and that's chasu baozi. So I said, okay, well, I'll tell him, and then maybe the next time. We don't have that very often. We'll have jiaozi, which is American dumplings, like y'all's pot stickers or whatever. And but we don't have baozi very often. So the difference is jiaozi is like a noodle, and baozi is more like a bread, a sweet type bread that you steam. You steam it kind of like the noodles, because you can have dumplings steamed or fried. And baozi, you only steam it. And they have different insides. So it's like all of it's like dim sum. And so I said, I just can't call Opa today. We're going to have to schedule that for another time. And she says, okay, but just tell him that I've really been craving it. And I said, okay. So I get to my mom and dad's house. I'm one of the first ones there. And guess what we're having? Chinese. And
That's
he
awesome.
had chasu bao. He had a whole thing of chasu that he had gotten from Tim's Meat Market, it's a barbecued pork. It's so good. And he had another pork, and he had shumai, which is like, they're different kinds of dumplings, and it had like mushroom and pork and vegetables. And anyway, it was delicious. And then he also made like white rice and like a bowl of shrimp and snow peas and asparagus with oyster sauce and all the seasoning and everything. My father can really cook Chinese food. And I mean, the best Chinese food that I've ever had.
Sounds delicious.
It was just kind of funny. And so I sent a picture of the char siu to Paige. And she says, is that what I think it is? I said, that's char siu. Chinese food. Opa's making Chinese food. She sends me a text. There are no words to describe how much I love that man.
Oh,
it was so sweet.
That's awesome.
Because it's like he read our mind, and so it was delicious. But it was,
Well, that's
an eventful but delicious. So
so I have to go back to Mother's Day. I was trying to find a picture. I know I've sent you a picture, but Shyla made me this. Here it is.
Amazing.
It is the most amazing yarn box. So I have.
I'll insert a picture right here.
It's right here, but you can't see that.
I can't see it, but I'll
insert a picture. But Shyla, so I'm making Kagan a blanket, a crochet blanket, and I keep the yarn in a coffee can, to keep the dogs away from it, and
yeah, I think we
more than
mentioned
things
that.
we did. Okay,
I think we did. I don't know. We might not have. But it's a cute coffee can.
So after that, I think we did, because after that podcast, Shyla, I guess, got the idea to make me a yarn box so I didn't have to use a coffee can. And I know that she was talking to Carrie about it. And
she did. She texted me and she says, what size would a yarn box need to be if I made this for Mama? And I didn't know she had seen the coffee can. And I said, your mom has this coffee can that's next to her bed. Next to her chair, her little table or whatever, where she puts the yarn in for a blanket. So it needs to be coffee can size. But I'm sorry I don't have the exact measurements for you, because we were talking about a Folgers coffee can. So we explicitly said Folgers. I said, I can't measure it for you because I don't have a Folgers coffee can. I have a Keurig. So I don't have it's a big coffee can, to hold like yarn and the knitting or the crocheting and everything. So I didn't have one to measure. I said, I'm sorry I don't have the exact measurements for you, but I think it needs to be coffee can size.
But so she brought it over, and it's pretty big. It would hold. It would hold a big cake of yarn, like probably a cake this big of yarn.
Like our wool trim?
If you pulled from the center, it would hold something this size. If you pulled from the center, if you pulled from the outside, it might not.
It might be too tight.
If you pulled from the center, it would. And it's so beautiful. She stained it. She made the whole thing.
Beautiful.
She stained it, and her
dragonfly on it.
Her joins, her wood joins, they are perfect. And she cut out a dragonfly. And my favorite color is turquoise, and so she painted the inside of the dragonfly turquoise, and turquoise around
accent around the
top. It is the most beautiful thing. I love it so much. So
it's amazing.
It really is.
Is she going to sell them in the shop?
I think she said she would, but not the dragonfly. She don't want to sell the dragonfly.
Well, she could do other things.
Yes,
right?
but I think she's going to do other things.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful. She did a great job on it.
It is beautiful. I haven't seen it in person, but
I love it a lot. I need to bring it in. I just hate to I'll bring it. I'll bring it and show it to you, because I need to show it to the other girls too. So, so yesterday, I got to tell you a funny story. Yesterday, I was talking to Casey on my way into work. I talk to my kids every day.
She does.
Every single day. I talk to them every morning, and then I talk to them usually every afternoon. But in the mornings, I talk to them longer, because, in the afternoons, they're busy with their kids and stuff. Well, I was talking to Casey, and I was on the phone with him already for about 35 or 40 minutes. And Shyla called, and I told him, I said, Casey, I need to go. I've already missed a couple of calls from Shyla. I need to make sure she's okay, so I'll call you later. He was like, okay. So I called Shyla, and I talked to her for about 30 or 45 minutes. And then when I got off the phone with her, I'm at work by now, I called Casey back, and he was like, is everything okay with Shyla? And I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. He said, okay, you need to tell her that my time is from 7 to 8, and for her not to be calling you. I laughed, and I told Shyla that. I said, your brother said that 7 to 8's his time, and you can't call me. And she was like, yeah, I've never listened to him my whole life, and
I'm not going to start now.
Probably not going to start now. So I told her, I said, I guess it's kind of like when you call into a game show or whatever, and it's the first one in is the winner. So, the first one that I answer the phone call in the morning, that's the one I talk to. It's usually Casey, only because Shyla and I'm glad that she does this. When she has her kids in the car and she's taking them to school, she talks to the kids on the way to school.
Sure.
So she don't talk to me until after she drops off the kids. And I'm glad because, she
Wants to spend time
spends
with her
times with her kids and talks to her kids.
have conversations with
Yeah,
them.
so I
Just like you do with yours.
exactly. So I usually don't talk to her until closer to 8. So usually it's not a problem. But Casey was like, "You tell her it's 7 to 8 is my time." So I got another funny story. You want to hear it?
I want to hear all of them. I have
So-
0 stories.
I almost died this morning. See my finger?
I do see her finger. I have a
See?
picture to insert. She has like a little cut. Now, I want you guys
See
to
this
know.
little piece of paper?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Don't judge me when I tell this story, okay?
Nobody's judging you.
Okay, because some people might. But, so I am not a litterer.
Litterer.
I'm not a litterer. But this morning I was eating this little package of cheesy crackers, and I pulled this piece of paper off, and I was just going to throw it out the window. So I rolled the window down with this hand, my left hand, and I had this piece of paper, and I was going to throw it out the window. Well, when I was stopped. I had just mailed a bunch of packages, so I hadn't taken off yet. And I was at a stop sign, and I roll the window down, and I only roll it down just a little bit, and I stick my hand to throw this little piece of paper out. Well, this hand had a mind of its own, and it rolled up. It rolled up and caught my hand in the window, and I'm like, and then this fell out and fell in my lap, and so I just, I was like, well, I guess my car is telling me not to litter. And it hurt so bad. And I'm sitting there like, I wasn't sure what to do.
That hand didn't know whether to roll it up or roll it down.
This hand was like, didn't know what to do anymore. And
that hand was stuck.
Both of my kids, I was telling them, and they were like, wow, that takes talent.
It does
That
take
takes
talent. She
talent.
sent me a picture. She said, "Oh, I rolled my hand up in my own window. That takes talent." I
And
said,
Carrie-
"You are so talented. I'm jealous."
I think that is exactly what you said, because I was going to quote you.
Mm-hmm.
You said, you really are talented. I'm jealous.
Uh-huh.
So, but it hurt so bad.
I imagine it did.
And Casey was like, wow. And Shiloh was like, wow, Mama, that really takes talent. And then I told Bruce, and he just laughed. But
Of course.
it hurt. I mean, look at that. It's my flip-off finger.
Yeah,
but,
it's a pretty big gouge in there.
yeah, it hurt.
I've probably already inserted the picture. But.
So then, this didn't get thrown out the window, so I put it in my purse. And
And
then showed
now
it to y'all.
she can tell the
Now I
story.
can throw it away.
Yeah, she
But
can throw it away in a real trash can, not out the window.
so
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
almost died.
That's hilarious.
It was.
All right, so tell me about all the girls' dances, and
Okay.
then we're going to talk about Peyton's new business.
Oh yeah, my little entrepreneur. So the girls, she's old. She don't dance. No. Peyton and Brinley both had school dances. Brinley had an 8th grade dance, and she looked just beautiful. Casey
have
bought
pictures.
her a new dress and some new shoes, and she had her hair and her makeup and everything done, and she looked so pretty. I mean, she looked like a girl, like a real girl.
Like a real girl.
Like a real girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Except it
sent
reminds me of
Carrie.
Paige.
I sent Carrie a picture of her, because on one side of the picture there's a picture of her in her dress doing a little girl pose, and she had a blast at her dance. I'm not sure she danced with anybody, but she had fun with her girlfriends.
Fine.
And then on the other side, the very next weekend, she had a motorcycle race, and she did so good. And so I put a picture of her doing this jump. And when I saw this jump, my words were, holy bad word.
Mm-hmm.
And Casey said, that's exactly what I said. I mean, she was high. And man, her form on her bike looked so good. So it was just a picture of her being a little girly girl, and then her being her little badass self. And then Peyton had a school dance. And Tim, he's so funny. He took her dress shopping. He picked her up from school early, took her dress shopping, and Shiloh was invited not to go.
Okay.
Because
Shiloh, you can't come.
You can't come. Because Shiloh is about as much fun to shop with as I am.
And that's fun.
And that's fun. And Tim loves to take Peyton shopping. I mean, they went to all these dress shops, and he I think she must have tried on 50 dresses before they
Wow.
settled on a dress. I might be exaggerating, but
I'm about as much fun as Shyla and Darlene are to go shopping. And you can ask Paige.
And
she'll prove it.
one of Peyton's little friends said, me and my mom's going to go shopping for the dress this weekend. Do you want to go? And Shyla was like, no, Tim's taking me. And he's fun. I'd rather go with Tim. But he's so awesome.
I have pictures of Peyton to put in too.
And she got a cute little, you can't tell it in the picture because she has her jacket on, but it's a strapless dress, little maroon strapless dress. And she wore black Converse tennis shoes with it and a black leather jacket. She looks so cute.
She is cute.
And she had a really good time. And next weekend, Tim, he bought tickets to this benefit dance. It's called the Cinderella Dance. It's like a father-daughter dance. And they're having a Cinderella carriage, so he's taking her in this Cinderella carriage ride.
Oh my
and taking her to this dance.
Is so awesome.
And taking her out to eat and taking her on a carriage ride and taking her to this dance.
Oh my gosh,
And
that's going to be amazing.
I tell you what, whoever future Peyton husband out there, you're going to have to step your game up because Tim is showing this girl what a man should, how they should treat a woman. I mean, he is amazing.
He is amazing. He is amazing.
And then Trenton went to, I don't think I told you this, Trenton went to Quinceanera last weekend. And apparently they do this dollar dance thing. I didn't know. I mean, I don't know anything about fancy stuff. But Tim, when Trenton was getting out of the car, Tim gave him like $6. And Trenton was like, what's this for? And Tim said, the dollar dance. Okay, and Trenton said, what's that? And Tim said, it's when, it's her birthday and they'll do one dance where you had to pay $1 to dance with her. Now, you might only get to dance with her for 3 seconds until somebody else comes and gives $1 and then takes your spot. And Tim said, but son, if you want to get on her good side, you wait till her drunkest family member goes to dance with her, and then you go save her from her drunkest family member.
Okay, with your dollar.
Yeah, with your dollar. So he had a really
way
good
to
time.
teach him, Tim.
I know, right?
Uh-huh.
Tim's like telling him how to do it. So all of the kids, all of them had I guess the only one that hasn't gone to a dance lately is Kagan, and she's like, I ain't dancing. So
that would be Paige.
But they all had fun. And so Peyton, yes. She is amazing. Y'all all know that I think she's amazing. I mean, we talk about her all the time.
And you guys have met her. She is amazing.
Yeah, you have met her. She is amazing. But she has gotten really into skateboarding. Mm-hmm. And she has a skateboard, just a normal, whatever a normal skateboard is. So she wants a longboard. And I guess it's long. I have no idea.
Who knows? It could be short.
It could be. But she wants this longboard, and she wants to buy it herself. I mean, Tim told her, he said, okay, I'll get it for you because, he likes that she wants to be outside and do things, and she's interested in this, and he wanted to, help her with her interest. And him and Shyla told her, we'll buy you a board. And she was like, no, I want to buy it myself. And Shyla was like, with what? You have no money. Mm-hmm. And she said, I know, I want to start a business. And she told Shyla, I want to start a dog walking business. And so Shyla was like, okay. So Peyton told her, I'll take poop bags. I know I have to pick up poop. I'll take a water bottle and a collapsible bowl so that they can, I can give them a drink if it's too hot. And I know I have to wash the bowl in between each dog. And, she was like, but this is what I want to do. And Shyla was like, okay. So Shyla made her up some little business cards and, with her name and Shyla's phone number and stuff on there. And Peyton went and put them on people's doors in their neighborhood. Uh-huh. And then Shyla put her a little ad in their neighborhood. They have a Facebook group.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's just for that neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. So
Shyla put a little ad on there. And last weekend, she got 3 clients. And she made $50 last weekend.
And she's expanded.
I was telling Casey about this. I was like, your niece. And I said, and this week, right now, this lady called her and asked her if she would feed her cat and water her plants. And Casey was like, holy cow, her business has already expanded into cats and plants. Mm-hmm. And this cat, its name is Princess Pancake.
I have a picture.
And she's the fattest cat.
She is fat.
And
And I have a picture to put in.
She's so cute, and she has this cutest water bowl.
I have a picture of that too.
Her water bowl is white, and it has a daisy on it. It's like a fountain, so it aerates, puts air in the water, and keeps it from getting stale. And I told Shiloh, I said, my dogs would tear that flower off in like a heartbeat. But she, so Peyton's doing, you know, she's feeding Princess Pancake this week, and she's walking. She has 3 clients to walk dogs with, and
That's great.
I was a little concerned about the dog walking thing, and I should know, you know, I should trust Shiloh more than I do with my grandkids. But, you know, I mean, she hadn't killed him yet. But
She might squirt water at him in the water bottle, but she
well,
hasn't
no,
killed
she
him yet.
has done that.
I know.
But her and Tim go with her because that, you know, even though Shiloh's neighborhood is new, Shiloh said it's so weird that she thinks that's the drop-off place that people see a new neighborhood and they go and like dump their dogs. So
That's
it's
terrible.
awful, and they have a lot of strays in their neighborhood. And so Shiloh was worried that for a couple of reasons she didn't want Peyton to go by herself. She's 11, okay. And people are trusting her with their dog. And you know how we all are about our dogs. You know, so Shiloh didn't want, you know, the dog to pull away from Peyton or something.
Right, knock her over.
And a bigger reason is that one of these strays come up on her, you know.
And
I
then
mean,
the
that
dogs
would,
start fighting.
that would be scary. So,
would be.
and then my husband, he's like, Peyton needs, she needs to wear a safety jacket, you know, like a vest.
So
I mean, she's going to be
right.
walking in the dark, but Bruce is like, she needs a safety vest, and she needs a cattle prod, like a hot shot, and she needs a taser.
Okay.
And Shiloh and I were like, you realize she's not going to be by herself, and you've never worried about us that much when we're out walking by ourselves.
Well, he loves her.
Apparently. He said, but this is my granddaughter, and I want her to be safe. And I'm like, Shiloh or Tim will be with her. But I'm so proud of her, though, for having the initiative to
And the
to
say,
find. I want to buy my own stuff.
let me tell you
and-
what. If I told my kids when they were younger, they said I want a longboard, and I said I'll buy you one, they'd say, okay, let's go. They wouldn't have said I want to buy it on my own.
I'm pretty sure that my other grandkids would have said the same thing. Like, you know, okay, you know. But
All right, let's go.
I'm proud of her for wanting to make her own money and buy her own board, and she's.
That's
But,
great.
but I did tell Shiloh and I were talking about it, you know, that since Shiloh or Tim go with her, I mean, this is impacting their day also. I told Shiloh, I said she needs to like kind of control how many clients she lets Peyton get, because I can see how it could get to be
Out of hand.
especially if, you know, people are already commenting that, you know, she does a great job. She's good with the dogs. You know, she's such a polite kid.
But at the same time, we don't want Tim and Shiloh and everybody missing dinner or missing supper and, you know, it taking over the whole thing.
So
But summer is coming, so.
it is.
You know.
So I'm proud of her. I'm proud of Tim and Shiloh for supporting her, because it would be way easier for them to say, let me just buy you the board, than them stop what they're doing and go walk dogs with.
Of course,
with Peyton.
yeah,
So,
of course.
So I'm proud of all 3 of them. So Peyton's a little business lady.
She is.
So she's doing good.
Darlene and I are both working on this sweater. It's cotton, made with Karen cotton cake. So we both divided for sleeves.
We have.
I have some pictures to insert, but actually everybody in our knitting group is making this. So
There's 5 of us, right?
Yeah,
Or 6?
there's 6. Because there's 3 doing. So this yarn also comes in stripes, which I'll show you in a second. But self-striping, and so 3 of us are making striped ones, and 3 of us are making solid ones.
And I really love the striped ones.
The striped ones are beautiful.
They are.
They really are beautiful.
They are so pretty.
But we decided to just go with cream when we started this. We probably will make another one. Who
And it's
knows?
like boring as all get out. But I do think it'll be very wearable.
We're at the point where it gets pretty boring.
So
And then as far as finished things, we finished, I think, only hats and mitts.
I have been in a real knitting slump lately. I mean, serious knitting slump lately.
Well, she's been sick. Nobody wants to knit while they're sick. And this is my mohair May hat. I have a picture to insert. The
pretty.
picture's probably prettier. But Darlene also did her.
I've already given it to Shiloh.
She has, but I have a picture. I can put the mohair May hat in here. And then she also did her April,
The
Mash It Up. That's a, I have a picture insert.
You did
That's a
yours
Mrs.
too.
Babs. I think I showed my picture last time because I'd already had it done when we podcasted
And
last
Shala,
time.
she was like, I love this hat. I want more of these. And I told her, I said, it's just scrap yarn.
I was actually, so the Mash It Up hat isn't much larger than this. It's just a touch. This one's kind of small. But the Mash It Up hat's just a little bit bigger than this. And I was surprised Shara liked it so much because she usually likes loose and baggy, you know, like a beret type baggy one.
Mm-hmm.
And this is definitely much more fitted. You can see with it being smaller that it's a much more...
It's more of a beanie than a
beanie,
hat.
yeah, beanie type. And the Mash It Up is very beanie-ish. So I was actually surprised that she liked that. But the Mash It Up hat goes pretty quick.
And then I made Casey that whoopee hat. I think
that
that's what it's called,
Jughead
Jughead hat. And I'm so disappointed.
She is.
Because Casey's got a big fat head.
Yes,
I mean, he has a 24-inch head. Most hats don't come in the 24-inch size. And so I decided to just make it by the pattern size and hope for the best against my better judgment. I had a feeling it was going to be too small.
It's a little bit too small. And I have a picture to insert, but she's going to make him another one.
I think I'll make him another one, and the one he's got, he can give to Brinley, you know,
somebody
or
else
somebody.
Will enjoy wearing it.
But I mean, he was, and the reason I'm so bummed about it is because he was so excited about it.
Yeah.
You know, when we were at his house for our knitting thing, he was talking
He
about,
was
I would wear
excited.
that thing all the time if I had one of those. I mean, he was, and so I was pretty disappointed that it's kind of snug on him. So
yeah, that is a little disappointing. We obviously suck at gauge and all that crap.
I'll tell you, I think I'm not meant to be a knitter sometimes.
Sometimes I think I'm not meant to be a knitter either, but I enjoy it too much.
I do too.
The only other thing that I finished was some fingerless mitts. They're called wrist warmers. I think I told you guys last podcast that I had a friend she's a designer. She lives in Norway, I think, and was recently diagnosed with cancer, and they have a CAL, monthly, support on you thing. And so I posted a picture and insert of those mitts, and I'm making another pair of those mitts. I finished the red pair, and I'm making a burnt orange pair. Pretty. So this is only the first one. I can insert a picture, but it's with some Volmisa. Both of them were. But it's that Taxicum, I think, Taxicum. I don't know how to describe it, but if you go to the show notes, there'll be a link to it. I think it stands for dandelion, and so I'm at the point where I'm about to start the dandelion pattern, and it's really, really pretty. So I'll make those too, because I'd like to make something of hers. Shyla can get wine.
Through HEB curbside.
Through HEB curbside. I knew that.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yes, you can. You can get wine through HEB curbside, and you can get it delivered. You can get HEB to deliver it to your house.
Okay, so Shyla has we were talking about that yesterday because Tim is so awesome. You know, he buys their groceries and Shyla has to just go pick them up. And, he could get them delivered, but Shyla was like, the next thing I would want if they delivered them, she said, I'm already being lazy by doing the curbside. If they're delivered, then I would want somebody to come put them up, and then I'd want somebody to cook, and it would just be a never-ending thing.
That's true.
It is.
That's true.
It is, but she loves that he buys groceries. But I know I just diverted us, but
that's okay. We just got the text.
I gotta show you something. So Tim is the funniest thing. I see this thing on Facebook this morning, and it's Tim sent this to Trenton. This is when you tell me you need more milk, and he drew a line on the jug. Not here.
Yeah.
Not at the bottom.
I saw that. I'll insert a picture so you can see the jug of milk.
And Tim tells Trenton, buddy, I bought 2 gallons of milk yesterday, so I think you're good for a while. And Tim said, 2? That's lightweight numbers or novice numbers or something like that.
Beginner's numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's a cute picture where it has the mark of the gallon of milk.
He loves him some milk.
Nobody in my family has ever been a big milk drinker at all.
When Trenton was little, he drank so much milk that it was actually giving him, he was getting, Shyla, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he was getting like
an allergy to it?
No, deficient, like vitamin deficient, like calcium deficiency or something, because he was drinking so much. And the doctor told Shyla to take him, to limit him to like 8 ounces a day or something, because he was drinking so much milk that it was not healthy for him.
Wow. So my kids don't like to drink just straight up milk. And I remember Paige, I think she was telling Sean one day, I think those people who can just drink a big old glass of milk are weird. And I'm pretty sure Sean drinks a big old glass of milk. So she's pretty much telling her cousin that, he's weird.
He's weird.
But her son drinks a big old glass of milk. Not at her house, but at my house he does. He's like, Grandma, you got any milk?
But does Paige okay, do you buy whole milk?
I do.
Okay, does Paige buy whole milk?
She does.
Okay. I was like, maybe that's why you don't drink milk at her house.
I
Paige strikes me as the kind that would buy 2%.
I think every once in a while she buys 2%, but Paige she's a fat kid at heart. So she works out a lot. And she has hired personal trainers. And all of them have given her a hard time. And like Pat would tell her, you need to eat better. You need to, chicken, broccoli. Like when Casey would say, first of all, you get everything that tastes good and you get rid of it.
Yeah, and that's how you diet.
That's how you diet, and that's how you get an awesome looking body. But Paige, she tells her trainer, she's like, look, I ain't giving up my pizza, all right? So if you're going to give me a hard time because I'm going to eat an entire pizza, I don't want to hear it. You want to kill me on the treadmill later? That's fine, but I'm not giving up my pizza.
Good for her.
She's definitely a foodie. She loves food. And she is that friend when they're all out, drinking or dancing or doing whatever. She's that one that's like, let's go to Whataburger. I mean, she's the first one that wants food, so.
That's the way Shyla always was. And Shyla was never that girl that, I can't stand girls that, don't eat in front of guys. Okay, that was never Shyla.
That's not Paige.
And that was never me. And that, that's not.
It's not me either. That's not Paige, and that's not me.
And none of my granddaughters are that way. They're like, if you don't want to eat, you want to eat that salad, go right ahead. I'm eating a steak.
Paige does enjoy salad, and she's not a beef eater, so she's not a big steak person. But she will eat tons of chicken.
Yeah.
She does enjoy it. So, but she's not, when she goes to, when she's like, I'm the one that wants Whataburger, she's going to get like one of those chicken strip sandwiches with the honey barbecue sauce and stuff on it. She's a honey barbecue girl. But it's got to be on chicken. She's not big on pork, but she never has been.
Yeah.
So it's not
just
that,
not her thing.
Yeah, it's not
Kinda
that
like me and fish.
It's not that she wouldn't eat a steak in front of a guy. She just doesn't like steak, so she wouldn't order a steak.
But she would eat something else. She's not just going to starve herself.
No, she's not going to starve herself because
Can't
she's with a guy.
stand girls that do that.
No, she's going to let them know, this is what you're going to be in for. But, yeah, so that was kind of funny.
So Shyla, speaking of Shyla, she went to the RV, or to Tim's job last week to see him for a week while he was at work. And she got attacked by a duck and it stole her cheese.
Okay. Attacked by a duck and it stole her cheese.
And she sent me this message, ducks are jerks. So...
Okay. You guys remember that. Ducks are jerks and they'll steal your cheese.
Yep.
I'm telling you, we're here for you. We're here to teach you the hard things in life. That is hilarious.
I thought it was funny.
That is hilarious.
But anyway, back to knitting. I'm sorry.
Well, no, that's okay.
Shyla and your wine. Thanks, Shyla.
Yeah, I'm glad you got it at curbside. I bet I knew that, and they'll deliver too. But I understand the whole don't want to go that far. But I will tell you that curbside delivery, the first 4 times are free. I mean the home delivery, not curbside, the home delivery. The first 4 times are free. And of course that's where they kind of pull you in, because after you've done it 4 times, you don't want to not do it anymore, so then you're going to pay the fee afterwards. But but you can give it a shot. So
that's funny.
But as far as whips, so I showed you my mitts. Okay, so Darlene and I are both doing a new cow.
Imagine that.
All her fault.
And I saw our knitting group at work. They're like, y'all are doing something else?
Yeah, they're always like that. Y'all are doing something else?
And the newest member, she was like, y'all are doing something else? And I told her, I said, look, don't judge us. This is just what we do.
Yeah, I have like 7 bags.
If all of y'all want to work on one thing at a time and actually be productive, that's your choice.
That's your choice. But
we choose to not be productive and start 9 million things all the time. So, to each their own.
Yes, to each their own. This is my cow. and we suck at it. It's crochet.
Oh my gosh. It's so hard.
I don't even know which ways. Oh, that was backwards. I'll insert a picture. I don't want to go too close.
It's so hard.
Oh, and Sandy, I'm so glad that you can hear us now. I'm back on my phone, so I think we're just going to record on my phone so you can keep hearing us. So hopefully this works.
It's so hard, y'all. And the other day, one of the girls in knitting, she was like, "Why is it so hard?" And I said, "Okay, read this." And I handed her the pattern, and I said, "Read that paragraph." And this designer, she writes in like run-on paragraphs. I mean, it drives me crazy.
Okay, here we go. This is number 12. Join in any corner, chain 2. This counts as the first half double crochet. One half double crochet, chain 2, 3 half double crochets in same space. SK, the hidden stitch, 1 HDC in each of the next 3 stitches, 1 stitch in the next stitch, skip 2 stitches, DC 2 together in the next stitch, chain 1 11 times. And the whole set, that's only half the sentence. And you just keep going and going and going. It's just confusing. It's free right now. It's not like I'm like giving anything away. This is the Phoenix Cow, and for right now, this is the second week. The clue just came out. These are the tutorials.
Yeah,
there's like 20 pages of tutorials, just to teach you how to do what it says to do.
It's ridiculous. And Candace, I told us to read this, and she read it, and I said, "What did that just say?" She was like, "I know what the words mean, but I don't know what it means." I mean, it's just ridiculous.
So the designer just came out with some videos, and that you have to pay for them if you want them, but we're gonna get them. And
they're $5.
Yeah, $5 for all of the different clues or whatever. The first one is free, so you know what you're buying. So Darlene watched the first clue and we've already done the first clue by the time the videos came out. She's like, "Yeah, we did row 3 wrong. Yeah, we did round 8 wrong." So we were going to do some more of the second clue yesterday at lunch, and we decided, no, let's wait till part 2's videos come out. And once part 2's videos come out, then we'll catch up. So we have videos to watch, and we don't keep doing it wrong.
And so I'm not saying we're going to do this, but I am saying I have been thinking about it. So, you know, our whole reason for doing this is because we want to be better crocheters. You know, we're decent knitters. You know, we're trying to learn a new skill, and it's all Rosanna's fault. And, you know,
we blame
Rosanna for everything because she's like a master crocheter.
Master.
And that's no kidding. I mean, she is actually a
biggest master I know.
Crocheter. And she's like, "Oh, this is easy." And she's got a real heavy Italian accent. "Oh, this," I can't do Italian, but it would sound Chinese. But she's like, "It's so easy. You just do blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, "I don't know. That sounded Italian." But okay, so back to what so we're trying to I'm trying to justify my point I'm fixing to get to.
We can justify just about anything.
I kind of want to start over.
Oh, if you want to start over, we can start over.
Okay, and the only reason I say that, and I haven't convinced myself we need to do that, but the only reason I say that is because we know we've done round 3 wrong. We know we've done round 8 wrong, and it's just started. I mean, we're like, I can't.
Seriously, if we're going to start over, we should do it now.
No. Oh, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know. So I have been thinking about it. So just think about it, and you can hit me later.
And we've got special hooks for it. Here's my hook. Furls. These are beautiful.
They are gorgeous.
I can figure out how to open the box. This one's peach.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is beautiful.
But Carrie's actually looks better than mine. I feel like I can really see the mistakes in mine. So anyway,
we might start over. Either way, it's only on number 2. So if you guys are interested, it's Phoenix Cow and Ravelry. And then Rosanna.
And it's hard.
It is hard. And then Rosanna talked us into, so we're going to the lake house in July. You guys know that we always go to a lake house retreat at my sister's lake house once a year. And in July is when we're going. So Rosanna, being the genius that she is.
Oh, let's do this blanket.
Let's do the Atlanticus cow, which I think is the same designer. Atlanticus.
It is.
And let's all buy a 1 kilogram cake for it. So a 1 kilogram cake is 2 of these.
It's humongous.
2, and it's all in one. So it's gonna be like this big. It's like huge. So we've all ordered our cakes, and we're all going to do that in July when we're at the lake house. And I'm pretty much going to hand my cake over to Rosanna and say, "Here, get this going."
Hey, that's a great idea.
That is a great idea.
It is.
And so anyway, we have a couple blankets coming up, but even with our starting 9 million different things, we're still working on our test sweater.
We are, and we're still working on Shiloh's sweater and Peyton's sweater and this sweater. We're still got a lot. Now, I haven't worked on my test sweater since I got sick, and I really, 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 really need to get back to it because Carrie is like way farther than me. I'm not even going to show mine. Mine's so little.
I've divided for sleeves, but just
It's
last
beautiful.
night or the night before.
And Shiloh wants this, so I'm probably going to give this to Shiloh, because it would look fabulous on her.
So,
But I'd ripped back some because some of mine was really tight, so I ripped back like 1 or 2 charts.
she did.
So,
She did.
but it's a really great pattern,
It is.
and
It
as
is.
hard as it looks, it's 10 times easier than that thing.
Than that Phoenix. Yeah, but we aren't crocheters.
We're not
so.
crocheters.
I think I only have like one more. I still have Grace's socks going, which is usually my
I have
podcast
Peyton's
knitting.
socks going too.
But because I had the sweater, I didn't pull out Grace's socks for podcast knitting.
But my goal, and I really, really, really want to stick to this, so you have to make me. It's all, and if it don't happen, it's your fault.
Did you guys hear that?
You will cause me to be a failure this end of the summer.
Okay.
Okay, I want to finish the test thing, and I want to finish Peyton's sweater, her turquoise one, and I want to finish Shiloh's weekender by the end of summer because I want them to have sweaters.
Can you give me a date? When is the end of summer?
When it
October, right?
what?
When's
Okay,
the last day of summer?
Say the end of September.
September.
Okay.
End of September.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah.
Okay. End of September.
And I know we can do it. We just got to do it. Get some of these sweaters off the needles because I really want Shiloh and
Did I
Peyton.
mention that it was her idea to start this, Cal?
It was also my idea to do the test knit.
Oh, did I mention it was her idea to do the test knit and Peyton's sweater? It was my idea for the weekender, though. I can't blame that on her. Bad idea.
That's true.
Okay.
You can't.
All right, so I got 3 things by the end of September.
Mhm.
All right, I'll get some charts made up, and we know
Okay.
when we're going to get them finished.
And we have to make Paige's wallabies by the end of the summer too. So
I think we're starting those at the lake house
Okay.
along with our Atlanticus.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'll have them started. I'll have the ribbing and the starting then because I already started one of them, but we'll work on that because that's easy knitting.
Yeah.
It's like non-thinking.
So I want to make this bird. I kind of have got off onto this toy thing because I made that rabbit and it was so cute.
That rabbit was cute.
And Shiloh and Peyton want a rabbit, but Shiloh, I have something else that I want to make you that I think you'll like better than the rabbit. I'll show you in 1 minute. But I want to make this bird. And the only reason I want to make him is because he's got a fat belly and his name is a blue-footed booby. That's the kind of bird he is a blue-footed booby. Isn't he cute?
He is cute.
So I want to make him blue-footed booby.
Take a picture. I'll put that in the
Look
what
at
a
this.
knitter wants. That's a pig!
Oliver.
Oliver the pig.
Shiloh, that was screamed your name instead of the rabbit. And I know you're sitting there going, I want both. No.
Look at her. She's saying no. I am so proud of you.
Thank you. But isn't he cute? And he comes with a little jacket, but his body, that sweater is knit on him. Like that's his body. That's his sweater.
Oh, that is so cute.
Isn't that cute?
That is
And
cute.
so the pants and the shirt, that's actually his body.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has this overcoat that you can put on him.
You knit that separate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The coat is the
overcoat.
only thing that's knit separate. But isn't that the cutest thing
He's
you've
very
ever
cute.
seen, that damn Susan B. Anderson? Oliver the pig.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Got one more.
saw this bear.
Oh, she's got 2 more.
Isn't he cute?
Dressed up bears. Yes, they're very cute.
He is cute. But I like the pig better. And then I saw this bear because he has big feet.
What's his name? He does have big feet.
Big
Beauregard.
bad Beauregard
Big
bear.
bad Beauregard bear.
Isn't he cute?
Now, I would want to do him because of his name.
I know.
He's a big bad Beauregard.
I know, kind of like the big-footed booby.
Yeah, blue-footed
Oh,
booby.
blue-footed booby, yeah. But isn't he cute? I mean, I just think he is adorable. So that damn rabbit got me into this.
It did.
Because that rabbit is cute.
That rabbit is cute. I'm not into stuffed things knitting because it's tedious.
It is tedious.
And I have to think, and sometimes it hurts my hands because I have to pull out double points.
But that pig.
But that pig is cute. They're all cute.
They are all cute.
They are all cute.
So I really want, Shal, I hope you want the pig because I really want to make the pig.
But she said no to both.
Yeah, one or the other.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think I only have one more thing to show. And that's the striped of this yarn. This is falling apart. Definitely pull from the outside next time.
Yes.
See, I pulled from the outside on my sweater. This is what I have left of the first skein. But I did not pull from the outside on this blanket, and I have this big mess.
So I pulled from the inside like this, and it turned into this knotted mess, and I ended up having to ball it up.
She did.
Ooh,
This
how
is
pretty.
It's just a baby blanket.
It's pretty. I like that.
I have striping on its own. I have 2 baby boy blankets that I need to make. This is one, and then I got to start another one. So that's just my
I'm going to have to make a
at-home
blanket
non-thinking.
for my nephew, Ryan, my sister's son.
Uh-huh.
He's having a baby this year.
Oh, is he?
Mhm.
Oh, how does he know what he's having?
I haven't heard yet. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So I need to make them something.
Yeah, you do. Okay,
So-
I think that's all we have. Thanks for everybody that's posted in the Cal. I don't even know when that's ending. I hope I have that posted, but we've got a few more participants in the, cover your body Cal, the upper body, cover your Cal, cover you Cal. And I think that's it.
Wait, no, I got one more thing.
Oh, what is
Betty.
it? Oh yeah, Betty.
So y'all know last time we podcast, I had Cooper, my little cute, adorable little beagle that looks like got nothing going on upstairs.
And a lot of you commented on how cute
But
he is, and you love his howling.
He is so cute. I love him so much. Well, we got lucky twice because we put out a thing on Craigslist about wanting to adopt a
You told that
companion.
story.
I told that story.
Yeah, he told that story.
But I mean, it had a happy ending. I got a guy contacted me, and his wife, her parents are elderly or sickly or something or another, but they needed to get rid of their dog, and she was another beagle, and she is the.
Her name was Lady.
Her name was Lady.
She's been renamed to Betty.
Yeah.
Sometimes Bad Betty.
Yeah, or
and
BB.
Just BB for
Yeah.
Bad Betty.
Because she's an instigator. She gets poor little Cooper in trouble. Cooper was like laying in the chairs. I mean, she's bigger than him. She's quite a bit bigger than him. And
I have a video to insert, and they're not supposed to be on the bed right here.
yeah, they're not. But they are, yeah. And Betty, Cooper will be laying on the end of the recliner, the foot part of the recliner, and she'll just knock him off. It's like playtime, She just like, if he don't want to play, she just like forces him into playing.
She would love Jazz.
Jax.
And Jazz.
She probably would like Jazz and Jax, but they play. Oh my gosh, they play all the time. They are so cute. Now we're having a little small issue with her, and she's only had 3 accidents in the house, but she was an outside dog that only got to sleep in the house. So she spent the whole day outside and was brought in the house at night. So you can't expect her to be perfect when she came from that environment. And she's 3. So she's got we've got to get Bruce
Like
was
a toddler.
yeah, Bruce was like, it's like getting a used car. You've got to like work out the kinks in them, but we love her so much. She's
and it's great that they have Cooper and Betty now have each other, so they are very, very cute.
and they just play and play and play and play. They love each other.
Yes,
So, but that's it. That's all I have.
I think that's all I have too. Where are we at? Look, we're almost at 50 minutes.
Wow.
So I guess we better say sayonara.
All right. Thank y'all.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.